back to Alien Theorist Theorizing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, guys! It's case.
Hey.
It's case file 25. I'm Zell.
I'm Braden.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Byron.
Ooh, big 4-man crew tonight.
Yeah. You know what that means?
Party
Lots getting done.
or nothing getting done.
Yeah, we'll see.
A lot of things getting done.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, we said every other week, and we're doing it. We're sticking
It's
to it.
bi-weekly.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're on it.
Yeah, we're making it work. It's also pretty much our birthday, I would imagine.
I think it was about a year ago where we put out case file 1.
Yeah, about a year ago. So we did 31 podcasts on this one in a year.
Well,
That's not bad.
Well, no, we did 24 case files and some after hours, so yeah, it worked out to whatever it was.
Yeah, but that's pretty good.
It's an impressive effort.
Are we going to beat that this next year?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll try.
We keep saying we don't make promises, but
I'm cheerfully optimistic about it.
Yeah. Okay, so quickly,
cheerfully
I like that.
optimistic.
That's a great way of explaining it.
let's get this admin stuff out of the way here.
House cleaning. Okay, let's go.
Some new reviews on iTunes. So after a new one, I don't know if I read this one. Last week was just Mongoloid Gary, right?
Yeah, Mongoloid Gary, that
Okay.
greasy bastard.
Yeah.
We love you.
Okay, so this one from Mark McCartney. This show is like hanging out with your buds, killing pints, chirping each other, and laying down some great theories on some interesting topics. I'm married with 2 kids. This is honestly as close as I get to hanging out with my lads.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
Yeah.
What a legend.
That's a good one.
We got your back, Mark. Don't worry.
Oh,
Gives me the feels.
I'm so fucking hungover still that when I was trying to read that, like my brain was pulsating. My diet.
I thought you were starting another review that said,
Oh, no.
fucking
No. That's a review of my life right now. My diet today consists of water and Tylenol. It's all I'm just hurting. Okay.
Just had a big one last night.
Hold on. I got one more to get through here.
You need help, or you got it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Local fan, Mustard Tiger, BC.
Oh yes, Trailer Park Boys fan.
Yeah, good guy here. Love listening to this crew bring conspiracies to surface, sharing alien theories. Sharing
wow.
alien theories or sightings, and who doesn't love space news? Keep your eyes on the skies, and life will find a way. Hey,
Classic.
thanks, Mustard Tiger.
All right, but that's good. Kind
That
of
was
nice
good.
together.
Both
I like
five,
that.
both
Nice.
both 5-star reviews. Good, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Ryan, you want to thank that other guy, the first contributor to the beer fund? Oh, and someone bought a T-shirt.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We've had a couple of T-shirts be bought. Well, actually, we got news on T-shirts. They're ready to go. If you're not following us on Twitter or Facebook, that's the only place you would have heard about it so far. We have T-shirts. The design is there. If you want to look at the design, you got to go on Facebook or Twitter, or I'm going to put up on the website here pretty quick. But if you want a shirt, if you're in Canada, it's easiest for us. You can just e-transfer to meteormusicstudio@gmail.com. Or PayPal, same thing, meteormusicstudio@gmail.com. That PayPal's easier if you're in the States. We're not quite shipping anywhere else because it's too expensive, to be honest. It costs you guys a fortune. So if you really want a shirt and you're from anywhere across the oceans, either way, we'll send you one, but you're going to have to pay a little extra. So
I'll be back in Oz in December next year, if that helps.
yeah, so no, it's PayPal shirts. It's $20 in Canada, or it's 23 Canadian if you're from the States. So that's like $2 for you. So it's no big deal.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, we're trying to keep it out. We're trying to keep fair for everyone, and then we're just going to put the few dollars we make on that back into T-shirts for the next batch.
Yeah, what do you think? Should we have another?
I was just going to say that. Yeah, we should. I think it's T-shirt competition number 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Should we start? Do we start it right now, and the competition goes until the current T-shirt runs out?
We go 1 month from now till this one. Let's go 1 month from
November 1st.
No, 1 month from October 3rd. So yeah, let's go November 3rd. By the time this one airs, November 3rd is the next T-shirt end date competition.
Yeah, okay.
Competition end date. What are we going to do for the rules? Is there any rules, or just whatever type of fan T-shirt you want to make, send it to us, or?
Yeah. What I was thinking is, if you had sent a design, okay, you know what I want to do too for this next one. Here's what I want to do to give more incentive. We did have a lot of entries, but first prize, they're going to win a T-shirt, their T-shirt design. We're going to do a run of their T-shirts. And then the first runner-up is going to get a free shirt of the last design. I'll send them so the T-shirt we have right now, whoever we decide second place, I'll send them one of these T-shirts. So it's like the top 2. Because I remember there's like 2 good ones we really liked out of that last batch.
Well, yeah, the last time we did the competition, we had 10% of the followers we do now. So I'm hoping we'll probably get a few more. But yeah, I like the idea. So first place gets their new design on a shirt for free. Second place gets the old design for free.
Yeah.
Sure. I like it.
That's fair enough.
So, and then
send all your design. Well, okay, the criteria is it's got to be handmade, not necessarily hand drawn, but hand designed on a computer. You can't just take an alien picture off Google and then put alien theorizing on it. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, well, I'm out.
Listen, you can send that to us. We'll look at it.
Yeah, we'll look at it, but you're not going to win.
Or say you did.
Yeah. Any other shoutouts we got to give? Any Twitter shitter twatouts?
Shitter twatouts?
Yeah.
We had 500 this week. That's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that was cool. I was like, oh man, that's sweet. 500.
Yeah, cool.
And I always see other podcasts, and I'm like, oh man, they have like 50,000 people. I'm like, how'd they get so many? And then I look at their iTunes, and I'm like, oh, like they have no iTunes reviewers stuff, and I'm like, well, how does that work? And it's because they do that, like they follow every other person in the world to get a follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas I'm really proud of our 500 because our 500 is, I like to say, is unique 500 people. We don't go chasing.
No, we had the podcast who've been with us since the start, or that we have a connection with. But other than that, we kind of just see what happens.
Word of mouth.
Quality
Word
over
of
quantity
mouth.
any day.
Well, we're a little bit lazy too. So like, I know if you want to do that and get 60,000 followers, you have to add 60,000 people, and we're not.
Also, we're lazy.
We are not doing that. Period.
Yeah. Holy God, I couldn't. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, we never gave any love to Facebook, but Facebook has been ramping up here in the last little bit. So I got my prolapser of the week. I'm gonna call him on Facebook. He's self-designated Southern cowboy alien correspondent. His name is Will. Man, I'm going to butcher his last name. Sorry, Will. Will Desroches? De Roches? Will De Roche? Anyways,
I like that.
He's given us like just tons of like a ton of case file like options, even though a lot of them we already have, but he's posting pretty much like 5 times a day, so he's into it. You're the man.
Wow. Are we gonna give a shout out to our new pack, our Anthrax package we received?
Yes. Honestly, though, I don't remember his name because I totally forgot to bring that in here. But anyways, we got a package. We got a package from a guy. The first package we've got from a fan directed right to the studio here. Absolutely.
His name's Matthew. You know what? I'm just going to say Matthew. I don't want to say his full name. I don't know if he wants his full name. So Matthew.
Absolute legend.
Yeah,
you know who
just
you are.
A huge prolapser.
Huge prolapser.
Yeah.
The biggest. The biggest you can get. Oh no. Anyways, he sent us a poster. He sent us a handwritten letter. He sent us some beer money, way more than needed. So that's where we appreciate that.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, thanks, Matthew. These beers are on you, so.
Drink for you.
I will pour. We need a sound of like a beer pouring out for him.
Just gonna pour one into my mouth right now. Me and Byron are going at the same time. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, I heard the swallow.
Did you?
But I couldn't hear the pour. Yeah.
I try to get close. I try to get close to the mic.
Yeah, it was good. You know what you forgot though? You forgot the classic like.
Yeah, I did.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we did it, but it wasn't loud enough.
Space news.
Space news.
It's pretty slow on the space news front today, boys. No auroras. Nothing really caught my eye in terms of like getting rogue signals from space or anything like that. So, pretty slow on the space news front, unless you guys got anything.
I have a little bit of space news.
There's a comment.
Oh, Byron. Okay, Byron, you go first. You got something.
I saw it briefly in passing, flicking around the web, that there was a satellite, I believe, that crashed into a comet, meteor, and it caught a couple of photos before it actually collided. And I actually didn't look at the video or the images, but that's pretty cool. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was called like the Rosetta satellite crashed into a comet and took a few pictures just before it hit, and that was the end of its mission. So congratulations, Rosetta, for a job well done.
Mission complete.
Mission complete. But
Nice.
I also got here. The Hubble Space Telescope sees evidence of water vapor venting off Jupiter moon.
Oh yeah, I saw that
Ooh.
too.
So
Which
Jupiter's
one?
moon-
Titan?
No, Jupiter's moon,
No.
Europa. I guess this is. I think
Yeah.
we might talked about it before that Europa has like just a shitload of salt water on this planet, but it's just under a huge layer of ice. But I guess what they've witnessed is this huge like plumes of water vapor like boiling off the surface of the planet, like way into the atmosphere, and then dissipating. So there's water on there, and if there's water, chance for life as we know it is strong. So they're saying that's like another step towards finding life on Europa.
Oh, nice. I like that name, Europa.
Europa.
I could live there. It sounds tropical.
It does.
I'm sure it has an extremely tropical climate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I want to go to the Bahamas. You're like, nah, I'm going to go to Europa. Like, you're like, oh yeah, perfect. Great vacationing spot.
I would love to go. Sign me up. Sign me up.
Yeah, so that's all I got. Okay, so Power Hour. We're doing a Power Hour without Mr. Conspiracy. That fucking turkey.
First of all, it's the roast of Mr. Conspiracy. That little fuck.
Yeah.
That little fuck. He said earlier in this week, I made sure I was going to get him on Saturday night. He confirmed. He's like, yeah, I'll be there 9:30, no problem. I double checked today. He didn't get back to me for 6 hours, and when he got back to me, he says, hey, sorry, man, I can't make it.
Yeah, with his beady little hamster eyes that are too close together.
So someone commented saying that Mr. Conspiracy Archer. You ever seen that show Archer?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know, probably.
Oh, it's funny.
He's got that deep, like, kind of rumbly voice like Archer, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, this is fuck Mr. Conspiracy. If you have anything bad to say about Mr. Conspiracy, please email us and let us know, because this is it tonight. Everything goes.
Yeah. He's a complete boob, that guy.
Complete.
He's a Jimmy
Not even a good
Jimmy
one,
the
though.
King fan boob. That's what he
Jimmy
is.
the King fan boob.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too good.
I'm really hoping someone gets that reference and they're like, yes, I love wrestling and I love that movie.
Oh, definitely. There's gonna be some people for sure who get that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can soak corks for sure. That's probably what he's doing.
Oh no. Anyway,
We got a good laugh. People love that. Oh, nice.
soaking corks, fucking Gary the Mongoloid.
Yeah, Gary the Mongoloid and Coke Sorkers. They love that. Mongoloid Gary.
Oh, I had one thing to say about 9/11. Where the fuck was Ron Pond when 9/11 happened? Why didn't he stop it?
Hey, man, you know how old? At one point, you know what? Like someone else has to take up the mantle. You know what I mean? Like he's tired. He probably just wants to spend his days down by the lake.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
Maybe he
you know
was
what I mean?
training his replacement. He was training the new Ron Pond.
Anyways,
Yeah.
He shall be Ron Lake.
there's a
Yeah, Ron
there's a Ron Pond on Twitter. I don't know. I haven't really looked into if it's the real Ron Pond or not, but he's on Twitter. He's always messaging.
You know what? There's no way Ron Pond. Ron Pond's not on. Real Ron Pond is not on social media. There's no way.
He's just a ghost, right? Yeah, you can't find him.
Yeah. And he's just be like, because like realistically, for him to be alive, which we still have yet to confirm, I think he'd have to be in his 80s at least.
No. We said Ron Pond's a time traveler.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. But that means that technically he might not even be around right now.
Yeah, he could be in a different timeline, completely
Right,
in
he
a
could
different
be
dimension or
different-
something. Yeah.
Like right now, he'll make an appearance sometime, but yeah, right. It's hard to say.
Well,
Ron Pond.
Well, if you're waiting to hear from Ron Pond, stay tuned because I'm sure we'll get him on eventually.
Wait, I want to start a new thing. This is a new thing, and I'm going to try to do it now that it's getting into fall. Take pictures of people wearing all denim, anyone wearing you denim, and just say possible Ron Pond sighting.
Ron Pond sighting.
and then or like be super, don't be inappropriate, but get on your phone in your video, and then just as you're looking at him from a distance, yell out loud, Ron Pond.
See
And
if
if
he
he
looks.
So that's the new game for fall.
That's him.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And actually, you don't even say Ron Pond. You have to yell Mr. Pond.
Mr. Pond.
Mr. Pond.
Okay, well, Byron says he doesn't know, but Byron's like kind of like Mr. Conspiracy. He doesn't really listen to the show after he's on it, so he doesn't know about Ron Pond, Canadian hero.
Oh yeah, he's a legend.
He's a
He's
legend.
also Australian.
He's Australian. He's multinational. He's multidimensional, and he's a time traveler.
Basically, Ron Pond is our Crocodile Dundee.
Good bloke.
Good bloke, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, he's our hero.
I hope someone finds Ron Pond. That's too
Yes,
good.
definitely go and take pictures of people who are wearing the jean jacket and jeans, and
mean the Canadian
take
tuxedo?
pictures of the possible Ron Pond sightings.
The jean jacket, jean shirt, and jean shorts, or jean pants, or jean shorts, depending on what season it is. The Canadian
yeah.
tuxedo.
But-
That's what it's got to be. You got to be all jean. Got to have maybe a slight mullet.
Yeah, the Canadian tuxedo. So,
Full Canadian formal wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Appropriate for most formal events.
Or if for some reason you see an actual Mountie with the fucking striped pants and red shirt, that may be him.
the
too,
red,
So
the red surge.
yeah.
Yeah, don't be bugging Mounties though. Don't be going and filming. We're not condoning filming Mounties and going up and asking if they're Ron Pond.
Hey, are you Ron Pond? Are you Ron Pond?
So don't do that.
Well,
Okay, so who wants to do the first?
the first topic on the Power Hour.
Yeah, let's.
Oh,
I got one ready, but if anyone else want to lead it
Yeah,
off?
loaded.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
loaded.
we're-
Yeah,
Drop
rock
it. Drop it.
Okay, here we go. This first one. So I'm gonna read this out from this page. There is a little video. We can stop and you guys can watch after. But the mystery disappearance of Lars Matank.
Oh,
Basically-
this is what we talked about kind of last case file, right? A little bit.
Yeah, it is a little weird. It's interesting.
Okay.
There's not much to go on. That's why it's on a Power Hour and not a full case. So this is a great one for you guys to go look up, watch the video if you haven't heard of it. July 2014, 28-year-old German Lars Matank had a holiday with a couple of friends at Golden Sands in Bulgaria, a popular destination for young people. When partying on the beach, he gets into a fight with other tourists over a football. So soccer for us North American people. Lars, being a fan of football, has a heated argument with another rival football supporter. The conflict ends in a brawl, and Lars suffers a small injury in his ear. At the end of his trip, a doctor advises him he cannot fly because due to the ear injury, and prescribes him an antibiotic called ciprofloxacin 500 and refers him to a hospital. When the holiday is over, he decides to stay in Bulgaria for further treatment. He rents a hotel room in the poor part of town because he's a cheap tourist, like all of us when we go anywhere.
Yeah.
And his friends take off without him. They can't stay any longer waiting. So he sends them away while he's going to get medical attention. One day later, so now he sent his friends home. He said, yeah, you can go. It's just my ear. So my guess is he's got a blown eardrum or something that just needs time, and he can't handle the rising and declining elevation.
Right.
I get that.
Sends his friends home. He's in his hotel. He's just chilling. 24 hours after he leaves his friends, he's caught on a CCTV camera, and the CCTV footage is the last time he's ever seen. He's never seen. His body's never recovered. He seemingly vanishes into thin air. So here's the. If you want to look at the footage, you can go the last footage of Lars Mittank. It's really weird. You can see him. He comes in to the airport with his bags. He's going to the airport doctor, and he just casually walks in.
I've seen this
and
one.
then all of a sudden, he just goes flying out of the airport without his bags. Goes like really running hard. Gets outside. Kind of goes into a brisk jog. And then it doesn't seem like he's... To me, when he gets out of the airport, it looks like he's... That's how I run when I've I forgot my keys. I'll be right back. And I kind of do that brisk little jog. But when he was sprinting, he sprints out of the doctor's office, which is weird. It's just weird. Like this, it's not out of the ordinary, but because he is never seen from again, then it's weird. So here's the events leading up to this airport visit. So he spent the night in the hotel, but got paranoid, and he texts his mom saying he didn't feel safe and that she should cancel his credit cards. And she was obviously
Cancel
thought that
your
was
own
weird.
credit cards, Lars.
Yeah, you fucking lazy. She's like,
Mommy,
she's like, you're a grown ass man now. And then he told her that 4 men were following him, and they were asking what the antibiotics he had were.
Weird.
And that's kind of weird. So that's what he told his mom. And the doctor at the doctor's office he went to verified that he did come in, but as soon as he got into the doctor's office, he sat down, put his bags down, and then jumped up and sprinted out and left. Right? And then eyewitnesses report that he jumped over a fence on the outside of the airport and ran into the forest. So
Never to be seen again.
never to be seen from again.
That was it? Into the forest, out of the airport, and gone.
And gone. Never to be seen from again.
Weird.
So yeah, it's just weird. Like there's not much more information on it right now. Like it is a fairly fresh case.
What was it?
2014.
2014?
Right? So there could be July 2014, right? So you never know. We could find more stuff, and as it gains notoriety, kind of, I'm sure more stuff will pop up. But it's just weird because is it a head injury mixed with the drugs, or was he? I wonder if he was doing drugs. Like it's just a weird thing because he had the paranoia.
It sounds like he was fucked. Sounds like he was fucked up on drugs. Is what it sounds like. But
Did the doctor say anything, or do they have any comments regarding him just jumping up and bolting, or?
He had no history of mental illness. What they think a leading theory is. There's 2 leading theories. he had an undetected head injury from the fight, so he had some swelling in the brain or something, or he had a psychotic break. But they said the chances of like a psychotic episode from those certain antibiotics are very, very low. So, yeah, it's just a weird one. Like, and then to never be seen from again, and I bet his mom feels pretty bad for telling him to cancel his own credit cards after. She's like, I probably could have done that for him.
Lars, just cancel on credit cards, you fuck. And then he went missing, so.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm going to go live a simpler life in the woods.
Just went hermit style.
Yeah. Into the wild kind of guy now.
Just gone. So what's like the leading theory? Do you read anything about that? Like, what happened?
Well, there really is no theories that I could find that were good. There's some people just say like, oh, maybe, you get weird ones who are like, oh, the government was after him. But then it's like, the next person will be like, well, why? And they're like, we don't know.
His opinions on football,
and they're like
his opinions on soccer kid.
And they're like, oh, you know what it is? Aliens. And you're like, oh, sweet, I like that. Why aliens? And they just go, yeah, you're like, oh, you're not really selling me on any of this. It is weird, right? It is super weird.
I think I watched it last time you brought it up, and it's just weird watching the dude just like book it out of the airport with no bags, just gone.
Yeah.
So you can actually watch the video of him
Just leg
sprinting out of the airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It has like a couple angles, and you see him. I guess I didn't see like him go into the doctor's office, but I watched him you see him sprint towards like where you come into the airport, like where the check-in is, I guess, and you see him just sprint outside, and then you can see the TV cameras from outside. You see him just exit, and he just kind of like jogs out of frame, just gone. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
Some people say that he ran from the doctor's office because the doctor's office, he recognized him as being an affiliate with the guys he got in a fight with, and maybe they were some ruffians, and so he got scared because maybe they were threatening him. I don't know, but
so he booked it and was never seen again.
Yeah, so he's just gone. Like, and no body, no nothing, right? Like, and why run into the forest? You know what I mean? Like, my thing is like, if you
taxi, it's like,
if you're running for help.
What airport was this? Because there's not usually a forest like right beside an airport. It's usually all this leveled ground.
This is in Bulgaria, right?
In Bulgaria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's like a smaller airport with just a forest on the outside.
Yeah, but it's like, because I'm like, okay, what reason? So like, if you're running from someone, why would you? I wouldn't isolate myself in the woods. I would probably run into public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, but it's just a weird one. I like that because as soon as someone told me that and I watched the video, I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I looked into it and I was like, oh, I can't like find anything more about it, but I'm definitely going to keep tabs on it. Some people think he was kidnapped and he's working as a sex slave now or something. That's some people said that one. People just reach for that. One right away. And then again, people are like, "Oh, really? Is that a big thing in Bulgaria?" And then other people are like, "Yeah, well, no, not really." So there's a lot of just people are doing the shotgun approach and just trying to get something that sticks, right? So. But yeah. So, anyways, that's all I got for that one. It's a weird one. Look it up and read your stuff.
Tell us the answer.
Yeah, and see what you think. If you see anything we haven't seen yet, message us. I want to keep tabs on this one. Hopefully, one day this can make it into a full case file.
He just randomly shows up in a different part of the world or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ron Pond brings him in. Found Lars. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So who else is next?
I've got one.
Byron's got something.
Okay.
So with this kind of goes in, especially with the States at the moment, with a lot of the massacres, but it's one a little bit more closer to home for me. In 1996, there was and it was one of the largest massacres in the world. Up until there was that the gay nightclub recently shooting in America, but there's a Port Arthur massacre in Port Arthur, Tasmania, Australia.
Oh, I heard of this one before.
Martin Bryan was the man who has been convicted of the shooting and the massacre, and he's currently serving a 35. He's given 35 life sentences without a possibility of parole at the moment. Is what he's serving.
Why do they say 35 to life? Why don't they say life? Like, what's like?
Well, I don't know the theory behind
Just whatever.
But
like,
it's
hey, buddy, you're pretty much just in jail forever. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
The 35 people were killed and 23 were wounded. Just for those at home, I'm getting these facts off a very reliable source called Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia. I love it.
But basically, he went just shot a bunch of people, and after the fact, they've found out, or they've done tests on him and stuff, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Allegedly an IQ of 66 on the IQ scale.
Oh man! So he's got Mr. Conspiracy beat by 6 points.
Yeah,
Just
beating Mr.
He's
Conspiracy.
doing all right. He's not the worst out there, but not the sharpest tool in the shed. But after this happened, the Prime Minister at the time, John Howard, has just gone, you know what, this is ridiculous, guns is ridiculous, and because at the time, other than handguns, you didn't actually have to register any guns that weren't handguns. So I guess similar to the States, bare arms, you could pretty much do what you wanted. And John Howard brought in a very strict no-gun policy and very tight restrictions in Australia after the fact of this massacre. And I remember my old man actually, they had vehicles driving around after the massacre all around saying, okay, we're going to be in this town on this date. Any semi-automatic rifles, shotguns, anything that's not actually registered, no harm done. Just hand it over. We don't care who you are. Just give us the guns and we'll crush them. So
kind of like the amnesty rule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My old man had one that was a legal gun, but it wasn't. He didn't have a gun license, so he handed both his guns, and one was illegal, according to the new rules come in. And I, to this day, no idea where he hid them. I tried finding them before the fact, but he hid them in a good spot. But yeah, all these guns were taken off the street, so to speak, and handed in crush. And since then, there's been no, I guess, big mass shootings in Oz ever since, nor have the police found the need to pull their guns and shoot anyone like the States. But the big conspiracy theory, and here's where we get into the nitty-gritty, is that Martin Bryan was actually a pawn. He was set in there, and
There's a patsy.
yeah, he was just a pawn that was thrown in there, and he's taken the brunt of it, which one of the leading theories out there was that it was an actual assassin that the government had hired to cause this massacre to allow these gun laws to come into effect. Now, where it gets interesting is, hang on, I'm just trying to bring this up here, is some of the facts leading up to it. In 1988, the New South Wales, which is one of the states, New South Wales, Premier Barry Unsworth said it will take a massacre in Tasmania before we will be able to introduce gun laws. In March, and the shooting happened in the 28th and 29th of April, So in March of 1996, less than a month before the massacre in Port Arthur, the Gun Coalition Tasmania coordinator, Mr. Ronald Brown, wrote to the local paper there, warning that there's going to be a massacre in Tassie unless the gun laws were changed. So this is all prior to the actual massacre going down, and there's all this talk of that something has to change because there are a lot of guns around that are unregistered. So, this is all feeding into the whole conspiracy thing. At the time of it, there was a 22-body morgue truck available in Tasmania. Tassie,
22 bodies?
22 body morgue truck. And
seems unnecessary.
Well, and Tassie's a very small. Everyone in Australia would like to say that it's at least 7 years behind the mainland. It's a very quiet little state.
It's only like a few 100,000 people on the island, or
well, Hobart, the capital, has Greater Hobart has a population, I think, of 250,000.
Oh, so fuck all, really?
Yeah, and that's the capital.
Right.
So for a 22-body morgue truck to be
just there,
ready, adds to it. All of the senior Port Arthur, and Port Arthur is a historical site where all the convicts back in the 1800s were kept, because it was a peninsula that there was only one road access into it. So all the convicts were sent to a prison down there because there's no way out unless they would try and swim. Because
and they get eaten by sharks, just like Alcatraz.
Pretty much, yeah. There was one road in and out of this area, basically. So, but the Port Arthur senior staff members were all away at a work seminar. Very convenient that all the senior people were away. The Royal Hobart Hospital had put their emergency plan in place 2 days before the massacre. Why? Very coincidental. The Hobart Hospital had also had a trauma seminar timed to end at the exact moment the shooting had started. There was a World Press Convention in Hobart on the 30th, so 2 days after. So there were plenty of reporters in the area. So there's just all these things. Oh, hang on, no. Where we're down
It's
here.
just a shitload of coincidences for that one event to take place at that exact time, just perfectly.
Okay, and now we get into the shooting, and this is where it gets. And remembering that allegedly he has an IQ of 66.
So he's dumb as fuck.
The killer was right-handed, but Martin
Yeah,
Bryan,
like with an IQ like that, you're lucky to eat soup with a spoon, right? Like, let alone operate
You're hardly
and
human.
manipulate a pistol.
Yeah, and he inherited just over $500,000 off a friend of his who passed away, like a couple of years beforehand. And
Wait. Sorry. Who the fuck is yawning so much into the mic? It's unbelievable. Who is this?
Braden. That's Braden.
It's Braden.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly
me.
like 15 times in the last 5 minutes. We're sorry that you had to listen to this fucking guy just yawn into the mic like no other.
Has I really?
It's unbelievable.
Honestly,
It's unbelievable how much you're yawning into a mic.
would you say it's mind-boggling?
It's fucking mind-boggling. Drink, everyone. Everyone, bottoms up.
Drink.
Anyways,
I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was so hungover and on lack of sleep. I'm mentally focused on it.
It was every 15 seconds, and I just want to reach to the computer and strangle you, but I can't. Anyways, Byron, continue.
We're not at that level of technology yet.
Yeah, not
Not
quite
yet. All right, so getting back to it, the actual shooting part of things, and like you said, probably can't even spoon feed himself. But the killer was allegedly right-handed, but Martin Bryan, and this is the forensical facts they've got from the scene, but Martin Bryan is left-handed. The killer shot from the hip and right-handed. The killer shot 32 people, killing 20 and injuring. No, see, that's bullshit to the other one. Don't worry about that. Okay, here we go. The killer scored 22 headshots from the hip in 90 seconds.
Wow.
Great.
Whoa.
There are only about 20 shooters that could do better than that in the Western world. The killer stopped shooting after firing 29 shots of the 30 magazine, which leaves one in the chamber, one in the chamber ready to go for when you change rounds. And this leaves a live round in the breech. And to count while firing at a rate of 98 rounds per minute is a technique that requires tens of thousands of shots to perfect. So this is like military skill shooting and precision and counting for changing of the magazine and stuff that, hey, he may have that ability. He may have done enough shooting in the past to have this ability, but if he is as mentally impaired as they suggest, then he's done an amazing fluke, or it
Is he
wasn't
some kind of firearm savant?
Yeah, no kidding.
Rain Man
He's
type stuff.
like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Why'd you put that gun together so fast? Because you told me to, Sergeant.
Exactly. There's just, and there's all these other facts where he was in one spot at a certain time. They've got people have said that he was at this gas station, and yet there was shootings going on like 20 k's away in the air, like different areas, within 15 minutes, and it was just like not quite possible for him to do that, which suggests that there was another shooter, or that he was just a pawn that has taken the brunt and allowed gun control to
So it was all
come into it
the conspiracy is that it was a front
from the government.
for the Australian government to rip guns away from people because, like, you know what? After that shooting, no more guns. That's it. No more guns.
Yeah.
Period. Fuck it.
Destroy them all, get them out, and done. So,
You know, I think I've heard actually Jim Jeffries do a bit on that before.
he does an
and
amazing
he's
one.
just like, you know what? Fuck it. No more guns. And then
Yeah.
he just goes off on it for a while. It's pretty funny, but you know, it is
Good Aussie comedian, by the way.
Yeah, fucking great Aussie comedian. he's traveling North America all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just weird if that guy was actually dumb as fuck like that to be able to pull off those shooting maneuvers and kill like that many headshots with a hip fire. Like a hip fire is hard.
It's hard in COD.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard on a video game. So in real life, you know it's got to be really hard.
But when he got sentenced, he was thrown in isolation for 8 months.
Just
solitary-
couldn't say a word after that.
And they claimed that they did that for his own benefit because he'd allegedly killed children at like close range, and in prison, you know, child killers do not fare so well. So again, is it a cover up that's why they put him in isolation so he couldn't squeal, or you know, come forward with the facts that he didn't actually do it, or did he do it? Don't know.
Okay, I just found something interesting that we could do. He's still in prison, so he's still alive.
Correct.
In prison.
Yes.
We could write to him.
Interesting.
We could write to him and be like, "Did you do this for real, or are you being?"
Just be like,
just give us a DL here.
Hey man, how did you kill that many people with that many shots and like leaving one in the chamber, like between reloads and shit? How'd you do
Where
that?
did you learn those
Did you
skills?
practice, or like who taught you that? Well, I'm not gonna write to him, but someone should write to him. So, preferably in Australia, because it's going to take 6 months 6 months for a letter to get there from here.
So the quote from don't talk to me about that bullshit. Fuck. Anyway, sorry, different topic. But the quote from this website is, and this is going back to the leaving one in the chamber. It is a military skill at arms far beyond a mentally retarded youth who fired at a few tins and bits of cardboard in the bush. So, yeah. It's
Okay, wait. And before anyone starts giving us a 1-star review for using that, what we just said there,
It's a quote.
it's a quote.
It's
a quote.
not our opinion.
It's not alien theorist theorizing. That's a quote from newspaper. So easy.
It's
easy,
okay.
people.
So Mongoloid Gary doesn't listen anymore, so he's not going to get any.
Mongoloid Gary is out of the alien theorist theorizing community.
And then we get into more detail, like with the court transcript. And the court transcript shows that more was edited than that was actually presented. Pages 1 to 9 deleted. Page 10 deleted, except for the last few questions and answers on the page. Pages 11 to 16 were presented. 17 partly deleted. 18 deleted. And then it just goes on. Majority of it actually, all these transcript just deleted. Which, again, throws in why. Why is it deleted? It's like all the FBI files and CIA files are blacked out and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the redactyl. Yeah, they
Why?
fucking pull that pen out and just block everything out. But like, what? Okay, let's say the Australian government wanted to get rid of guns. Has there been like an end game to that? Like, what else have they done? Like after like their citizens have no guns, is like a New World Order type of thing? Like, because I know like that's a conspiracy in the States right now. They're trying to remove the guns from the population in case in case they try and do their New World Order government overthrow, like one world government, so the population's demilitarized. Was there something like that in Australia, or was this like a one-time thing? Like, you know what? Fuck the guns. We'll pass it off in this patsy here. This kind of slow. There's no way you could do it. Like, why? Like, what's the end game on that?
To my knowledge, and I haven't actually looked up, and I'll do it as we're talking, but I have not heard of, or I'm not aware of any massacres or mass shootings prior, or any guerrilla type.
That was like the only mass shooting
Things.
ever in Australia. Like, like multiple death shootings. Like, people get shot all the time, but like to have like multiple shootings like that, it's different.
It was just like the largest one.
Yeah, exactly.
From what I'm reading.
Well, it was the largest one in the world at the time. Like, it was the largest mass shooting worldwide.
Non-military
at the time.
killing.
Yeah.
At one time. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fucking crazy because I never heard it before. I've just heard like that was the one situation where after that, like, you know what? No more guns.
Yeah, it was
And
and that's a big thing, that it was such a radical change to the whole country regarding gun laws.
Right.
Because of, as a direct result of this shooting. And that's where the theories come in. And they're, okay, there was talk prior, and even, like I first said, back in 1966, there were, what was it, 88? Sorry, yeah, 1988, they were talking about trying to enforce gun control way back then. And then they're like, look, it's not going to work, kind of like the whole right to bear arms stuff in the Constitution. And they've gone, well, we need something radical to enable us to prove to the public that, yes, we need gun control. And that's where the whole, I guess, theory comes in, that it was a setup.
I wouldn't put it past them, man. Governments are all the same.
Now, what was the political landscape at the time? Do you remember? Like, I can't remember what year this was. Like, were things getting heated between the government, or was it tense? Like, I'm trying to think of government reasons. Like, was it just, they just want to get rid of guns and that was it? Like,
1996, I was in grade 4. I was trying to find candy and maybe hold a girl's hand. I didn't know much more than that.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you buy with your allowance? I bought candy. Candy. That's it.
That and BMX. That was my life at that time, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. Can't help you there.
Anyways, that's fucking...
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
He did do some weird stuff. Like, I'm reading, like... Okay, so, in my head... Again, I guess he's dumb, but... Like, I put myself in issues. I'm loading up all my guns, and I know I'm going to go shoot a bunch of people today. So he leaves his house. There's no way in your mind that you go, okay, I'm going to go and shoot a bunch of people today, and then I'm going to make it back home at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he left his house, and before he left his house, he made sure to switch on the burglar alarm and lock the doors.
If you
Like
can-
to me,
He
that's
doesn't want anybody robbing him while he's in Supermax prison.
yeah. That's just a weird. It's like a weird noted thing on like the timeline, the official timeline of events.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's such a weird thing because if you're going to go do this stuff, why do you care?
exactly.
Like, why would you take time to do any of that?
I think it was organized by as a subversive plot by hyper intelligent kangaroos.
No, you know what it is. I actually
Trying to
bet
get
it's.
shot.
I bet it's just muscle memory, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm like, at first it struck me as weird, but now I'm like, he probably did that every day, and so it's just muscle memory to do
True.
it again. That's weird. No, it is a weird one.
Here's a picture of him, Ryan. He kind of looks like he should be in the Hanson band.
He looks like he's from the movie Point Break.
Yeah.
The blonde surfer hair, long surfer hair.
Holy.
Oh.
35 life sentences plus 1,035 years in prison without parole.
So he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
He's there.
But his alarm is on and his door is locked. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting.
I'm just trying to find
his
does
contents
they
are
say
safe.
where he lived, where his house was of residence before the shootings.
I don't know. Well, know
Brad?
what? It's a power hour. Let's move on to the next one.
Let's go.
What else we got?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, speaking of, let's say, secret societies and people setting up new world governments, I came across this fun little article about the pervasive legend in India of a secret organization of 9 like chosen men who are said to control the goings-ons at least within India, or putting forth plots that coincide with their personal goals of these 9 individuals.
Okay.
And the legend goes back, they say, almost 2,000 years, back to the point where it's attributed to the grandson of the king of India. He's like the legendary King Chandragupta. His grandson, Ashoka, at one point when he took control of the country, he's mostly well known for being one of the first leaders or prominent figures to convert to Buddhism. So he was actually a really cool guy. Like he converted to Buddhism, and he had this whole kind of idea that you shouldn't push your religion onto other people's. He didn't try to convert other people to Buddhism. He basically lived a life that was like, if you're the example and you live a good life, then other people will want to follow you, and you just follow the laws of duty and piety, and everybody will be cool. He was a vegetarian, but he never forced anybody to also follow vegan practices or anything like that. So he was a pretty cool guy. So he had this idea that he should, in the administration of his empire, that he should choose 9, basically the smartest guys that he can think of. And these men, these 9 men would compile the knowledge of all the Indian Empire, of any knowledge that they can develop on things. They said they came out with they were each of the 9 was going to be in charge of one kind of subject, and each of them had a book, and inside the book was everything, all the knowledge that they acquired over their lifetime about certain subjects. So there's 9 of them. So the first one is propaganda. There was going to be in charge of just researching propaganda, psychological warfare. Other one was second one was physiology. So that could have been anything from anatomy to fighting techniques like judo and karate, which also those fighting forms actually originated in India. Microbiology, alchemy, communication, gravity, cosmogony, which is just the matters about the universe, and light, the nature of light, and how to use it as a weapon, and sociology. Those are the 9 subject areas that they were each in charge from. So people are saying that these 9, in India at least, they believe that these 9 have passed down their knowledge. Every time a person in the 9 would feel that they couldn't complete the tasks set before them, or they had to retire, or they were unable, or they died, a new person was chosen to take his spot. So they believe that it's still going on to this day, that these 9 men or these 9 chosen positions still rule and control a lot of India, at least.
That's a fucking weird one.
It's one of those secret societies of people who are into Illuminati or things like that. I mean, I could very well see that those 9 men evolved into the Illuminati, or those, some of those secret societies that people think about. It's not a new idea. It's not like they've only been around since the 1700s or 1800s. Like, they've been around for 2,000 years.
Now, here's a question. Are secret societies secret from one another, or do you think they all do they chit-chat between secret societies?
Yeah, that's my question, too, because do they have, like, a competing agendas? Like,
you think so you would know about other, like...
If they know each other, though, how secret are they?
Well, there's a quote saying that, like, there's this, and if we know about it, like, if we know about Illuminati, and we can say, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're saying Illuminati, they're a secret society, but they're not secret. They're just a society at this point.
Yeah.
That's what I always think when people say, oh, it's the Illuminati. I'm like, why would it be the Illuminati if we knew about the Illuminati? They are terrible Illuminati if we know about the Illuminati.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the worst secret society.
Yeah, it's like the least kept secret society.
But these guys, these 9 unknown men, like, I could put credit in there. The fact that they've been around for 2,000 years, I think it would be impossible for it to keep it totally secret. But nobody really knows, like, who they are, or like what really just, they just take on the basic task of compiling information.
I'm not gonna lie, I took a piss. I missed everything.
Talking about secret societies.
Classic. Yeah.
Secret societies.
And how they're not that secret.
Well, like, we know about them all, so they can't be that secret.
That's what we're talking about.
That's pretty much the gist of what we do. What you missed, I think, when we were European, we were discussing the secret of nature, and if it was such said secret.
The secret of nature.
Yeah.
No, they're secret of nature, like.
Oh, okay.
One another.
I was gonna say the secret of nature is fractals in the Fibonacci sequence, but that's for something different.
Let's see.
Yeah, I love that whole
Let's see.
old school, like, I guess, here in Canada, First Nations or Aboriginals, like, passing down information from one another to one another, like, just word of mouth. And the whole idea that there are these head honchos that are just passing on these tricks of the trade type thing. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of that, was my next topic was going to be the DNA studies that show that Aboriginal Australians are the oldest civilization in the world, and that was just posted this year. This is off of the Ancient Origins website, which is one of my favorite ones, and it says that they have Australia's earliest settlers have been there for about 37,000 years.
That's ridiculous,
and they've been one of, like, the oldest population, and they've actually done, like, DNA studies where that the like those, I guess they call them Melanesians, the ones that live in Papua New Guinea, like those natives that populate those cities or those islands, along with Aborigines. I think I said it on one. I think I mentioned it, that they have some sort of, in their DNA, they have like a sequence that nobody's identified as from the species Homo sapien yet.
So, like, they're aliens?
Maybe. They say it's an unidentified hominid ancestor.
Right.
Like, you have the Denisovans, which are probably the closest geographically, like, diverse, like, distinctive species. Like, they're distinct from Neanderthals, like Homo erectus, Homo sapien, and these they found evidence of their existence in this cave in the Altai mountain range, which is basically this mountain range that spans between Kazakhstan, Russia, Mongolia, and China. It kind of sits right in the middle where they all meet. And it's not. They see evidence of their DNA when they found a finger bone. Basically, if you look it up like a picture, it's literally just a finger bone. It's a tiny little knuckle, and they broke it down so they could map the mitochondrial DNA. And they say they found evidence of some of their DNA at least in Neanderthals and some other hominid species.
Weird.
Yeah, and that was as recent as 2010, 2013. Like, we're still finding different species of humans or hominids or whatever.
But none of
Yeah,
them.
Mr. Conspiracies. Yeah, they've never tested his blood yet because he's probably more ape than man.
Pretty much caveman.
You
Yeah.
don't even want to test his blood. You'd be as embarrassed at what you found.
Yeah.
Fucking guy. Anyways, so wait, Denisovans are older than other. They're like a precursor to Neanderthals and stuff, or how's that?
They're not a precursor. They lived around the same time because they intermingled.
Right.
They found evidence of Denisovan
That
DNA in Neanderthal DNA. Like what the Neanderthals were was only possible through Neanderthal ancestors intermingling with Denisovans. So,
oh my God, this fucking guy's yawning again.
Yeah, shut
Oh,
up.
sorry, I forgot.
It's unbelievable.
Fuck.
I had the phone laying beside me. I forgot. I'm back to remembering not
Are
to
you
yawn.
laying down podcasting right now?
Oh, man, I'm in bed.
Far out.
Oh my God, I just want to fucking just crush you right now.
easiest podcasters ever.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Denisovans have, and the Neanderthals have Denisovans like remnants in them, but like Homo sapiens have Neanderthal remnants in them. So is it just like an ongoing like chain of humanoids just progressing, getting?
That's what they're always saying now, is that it used to be, you used to think like the human tree, like the evolutionary tree was just one straight shot, but now there's all just this crazy mishmash of hominid, developed hominid orgy stuff going on, and all their DNA is just all fucked up, and we're just all mixed
Kangaskhan.
up of all these different species.
Yeah.
It's so weird because we talked about it on the Anunnaki case file. I think how like we're the only species of us to evolve out of like prehistoric times.
Yeah, because we murdered everybody. That was
yeah.
another.
Did we just slay all other like, humanoids like us, and then we were like, yeah, we're the smartest, we win.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the theories. I mean, there's a bunch of research going on now about how it's saying that humans, Homo sapiens sapien, are the most violent, like they're most proclivant to violent tendencies of any animal. Like we are the most violent creatures.
Oh, I believe it.
Not
man.
this. I don't even know what the word is. Surprise me. What the fuck?
Byron's drunk, everybody.
Wow.
Byron's drinking.
Which is kind of why I chimed in earlier with my story, and because I know it's going to get bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's human origins. Like
Is it?
it's just up for debate. Like we're aliens. Everybody, just deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe the El Nasty is an offshoot.
El Nazi's an offshoot. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Can be.
Oh man. Yeah, it's just weird to think because I always think we don't fit in. Like we have instincts, but not really like other animals on this
Survival?
planet.
No.
Like it's so weird. Like
Well, I think we have instincts, but our instincts are kind of overshadowed because we're so civilized now. Like our instincts to eat and survive are just like readily available. Like we're not we're not scrounging around the forest looking for food like anymore. Like just food is, you can get food if you have a couple dollars, you can eat. Like that's just kind of how we live right now. But
I think it's like, yeah, even like you're saying, like we don't have instincts, or we have like just the instinct to like go find food, and like the fire's bad and whatever. But like, who taught us these things?
Yeah.
Who taught us how to eat these things? And been like, because like you have all these mushrooms in the forest. When I watched a documentary about like the forest, and
Love
it's
mushrooms.
like all these mushrooms and fungus, and I'm like, how did we figure out which ones you could eat? Because like some of these, like you eat a little one, you're gonna fucking die.
No, it happened. This is how it happened. You had a bunch of fucking people, and they're
a
like,
whole bunch of
you know
Mr. Conspiracies.
a whole bunch of fucking Mr. Conspiracy fucking fucking dunderheads.
Mongoloid Garys.
Mongoloid Garys running around the bush, and they're like, you know what? Let's try. I'm gonna eat this. I'll eat this first, and if I die, like, don't eat this one. Remember what this one
Don't
looks
eat
like.
this ever again.
And so some guy ate that. He died. They're like, all right, well, that one's no good.
And then the second person was like, wait. We got to be sure. We
Yeah.
should be sure.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a bad one.
Maybe had an allergic reaction to it, and he died.
I agree with it. Like potatoes, the actual root of the spud, the potato is good. The leaf, the flower,
Poisonous. Yeah.
Dead. Someone's like, "Oh, this leaf is cool." Oh no, I died from that. Hey, try eating the root. That might be okay. What the fuck? Like,
And like that.
Hottest these
That
things.
does that?
Where do
That
we get this shit?
definitely happened for a long time in our evolution or whatever you believe in. That we would just slowly just die from eating things. Like, you know what? Okay, well Gary died. Gary the Mongolite died from eating that potato leaf. So let's try the root and let's see if that works out.
let's eat raw chicken.
Let's just
Nah,
work our
that's
way
no
down
good.
the
Man,
plant.
Let's try and cook it.
You know what? Our whole human civilization is built on the bodies of idiots.
So
That
true.
sounds right.
Like,
That's perfect.
Yeah, the
Like-
smart guys would be like, hey Gary, why
Do
don't
this.
you eat that leaf and tell me how it tastes? Like, all right, man, I'll fucking eat that leaf.
Hey, go get Gary. He'll eat anything. He'll
Yeah.
eat anything.
He'll eat anything. Yeah, we'll
Tell him to
fucking
eat
try
it.
it out.
But hang on, every one of us has that mate. Give him a couple of beers. You ask him to do something, he'll bloody do it, and you go, "Fucking idiot! That's not good. Let's not do that." That's me.
yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Byron is Mongoloid Gary of the ATT podcast crew. So, but-
Oh, that's
You
funny.
can't jump off that. Okay.
But yeah, it's weird. Like, it's weird to think because like grouse. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, grouse come
Dumb as
and
fuck.
they pick rocks in the morning for their little gillet or whatever, and they use the rocks in their throat to grind up the food. I'm like, so they literally,
They can't survive without
Like-
eating rocks.
yeah, like they have to put rocks in their throat or they will die.
Who's
'Cause
the
they
first?
can't-
Who's the first one to try that though?
Yeah, but what grouse? Like, they can't tell each other that.
The first grouse was Mongoloid Gary Grouse. He tried it. He died at eating too big of a rock, and then they slowly went down in size of rock, and eventually, like, hey, this makes me feel good. Let's just stick with this one.
That's so weird, man. It's just such a weird. And then, like, we don't have anything like that. Like, we have nothing. We just come. We're just like, oh, everything's weird to us. Like, we don't fit. It's just the
don't-
whole thing is
we don't-
brain scrambling.
We don't. It's mind-boggling, and I'm drinking right now.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What else we got?
Okay, well, like, I'm the only person that saying so. So I got a lot of people have been asking for us to talk about.
I've seen her before.
It's this girl. Her name is Baba Vanga. Ever heard of her?
No, Baba Vanga.
You will.
Baba Vanga. She's a
Wait, this is the
blind.
person sending us something.
She's a
Is
what?
she on Street Fighter?
She
She
should
might
be.
Is that the one of the people from Street Fighter?
No, she died. She's this blind Bulgarian clairvoyant who died 20 years ago, and she was like a modern day Nostradamus. So she predicted a bunch of stuff that a lot of it has actually come true in some form, like depending on how you depict what she said. But anyways, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this girl, she's predicting the future. She's predicting all this crazy stuff." And the stuff she has, I have a list here of the top 13 things she's predicted, and I'm going to go through it, and we're going to talk about it. So, number 1, she predicted that the 44th U.S. president would be an African American, but she also added that he would be the last president of the United States, pretty much saying that the end of the country is coming up soon, and
Or she's going to change the government.
or change the government or blah 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 whatever. So she's predicted this. So the 44th president was African American. This is it was 16 years before he was actually
Elected.
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 Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
she predicted that. It's come true. He was African American.
Trump's going to get assassinated.
Fucking Trump. I don't even want to talk about the American
Sorry.
election. It's just like it's just a
Clench your
train.
fist. Just
Just a train wreck. Sorry, America. Anyways,
It's so fun to watch, though.
it is fun to watch. It's fun to listen to.
it's like
oh
a
my
train crash.
God.
You just
yeah,
like,
you just
oh, I don't want to watch, but
insane.
it's going to be so good.
You can't look away. It's just an absolute joke. But anyway, her second one, she predicted Europe will cease to exist. So according to Baba Vanga, the continent Europe as a what's it called?
As a unified.
As a
I think, yeah.
unified body will cease to exist in 2016. Well, we only got a couple months left, so like that's not the
we got Brexit.
the Brits have
We got
already-
Brexit
yeah, the
kinda,
jumped
yeah.
out.
Brexit left, so maybe it will. But she also says that chemical weapons would be used to destroy most of the population, and that hasn't happened.
Not far off though.
So
Cross our
They said they're using
knock on wood, eh?
knock on,
Yeah, no
knock
shit.
on
They
wood.
started.
But she also said that Muslims will invade Europe.
That happens
it's-
all the time.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that happened 500 years ago when the Moors did
Yeah.
it. Like,
I know, yeah.
What?
This is like in the last 20 years, she's predicted it, and Muslims have invaded Europe, and she predicted that it would stem from Syria and the Syria civil war, blah, blah, blah. Millions of people had fled into Europe, so she's predicted that. It's kind of coming
so
true.
I guess you mean invaded or just like they moved exodus? I guess I don't know. You could-
Well, like, she predicted invaded. Oh my God, he's yawning again. You're
Shut
unbelievable.
Oh damn it! I was reading some stuff about Baba Ganoush here, and
There's,
I want to rip.
there's a limit of how many times a human can
Pretty
yawn,
sure
and
that's a dish.
you've bypassed it by 1,000. It's unbelievable.
I yawn more than I breathe at this point.
You don't even breathe. You just yawn.
You're
yeah.
more
There's
There's
yawn
nothing
than
else in
man.
there.
Yeah.
He's snorting.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going here. China will become the new superpower. So she's saying her prediction is
Whatever.
in 2018, China is set to become the new world superpower, bringing an end to the United States as end its economy, which is kind of happening. Like the middle class is disappearing.
Impossible.
Impossible. Well, Dan, wait 2 years and we'll come back to it.
They're already a superpower. I would say they're already a superpower, and I would say there are no more superpowers. Like I don't think there's, well, in terms of like military, maybe economic wise, but even China's heavily dependent on the U.S. Like the demand for goods from the U.S. drives the Chinese economy.
True.
Yeah.
Like they don't innovate. China doesn't innovate anything. They're just copiers.
They're mass
I've read some
producers.
articles. Yeah, like they
They're the
steal
puppets and
stuff,
puppet masters.
or they commit a little bit of proprietary creative acquisitions, and then they just mass produce stuff that's of shoddy quality, but it's cheap. But the people who buy it are usually the Americans. Like that's the largest market.
Hey,
So I wouldn't say
you can talk about all you want, but at the same time, America was the greatest country in the world with the greatest education, blah blah blah. Now they're in the bottom. They're under the top, they're out of the top 15 in most things. So it's kind of happening in a way. I'm just reading the list. Take it,
continue.
look it up, do your own research.
Yeah.
You tell
Hashtag
us.
look it up. These aren't his words. They're
Baba-
what's her name?
Baba
Baba Jenga.
Baba Jenga, yeah, Baba Jenga. She's saying this. She's also
Wait, that's her real name, Baba Jenga? Wait,
Baba
wait.
Baba Venga.
Oh,
Baba
Venga.
Baba Venga. Her actual name is
Baba Yaga.
Is-
her name.
Wait,
Is she
Black
related?
No,
Is she related to the Venga Boys?
yeah, she probably created the group. I'm sure.
Sex on the beach.
No, but her real name is Evangelina Pandiva Dimitrova. So
Witch of the Black Forest.
Brangelina.
there, yeah, exactly. She's predicting hunger eradication between the years 2025 and 2028.
Oh, so we got that.
I'm hungry
That's, we
now.
got that to like. What does she mean by that? Like, just I won't feel hungry ever.
She's just saying that people. I think
Yeah.
she's saying that people aren't going to starve in their own countries because there's not
Okay.
enough food to go around.
Okay.
Or we will all convert into energy and leave the planet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are mind readers because that's coming up next. Well, soon. She says, on to Venus. Humans will travel to Venus, according to Baba, in search of a new energy source. They might even set up a colony there. This is
Oh,
one-
gross. I would not want to live on Venus.
it's a
Oh, me
fucking
neither.
toxic hellhole. Like, why do you want to go there?
Boiling lakes of mercury. Yeah, that's where I want to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, she's saying that Rome will be the new capital of the Islamic Caliphate. So
Oh, cool.
Islam
Oh,
will, Islam will finish invading the whole of Europe by 2043, and Rome will become the new capital of the new
2043.
caliphate.
That sounds like one of my freaking total war campaigns and like
She's also She's also predicting ice caps melting. So I guess
yeah, check.
they
it's
may
been happening.
they
Well
may
played.
be melting. According to Baba, ice caps will melt by 2045. The rate of which the ice caps are melting already due to global warming does seem to suggest this. So, maybe not.
So
Who knows?
Finish melting by 2045. Okay.
Cloning of organs. Body organs will be cloned in 2046 on a regular basis, and that would be the easiest method of treatment for any type of disease or cancer.
You know what? I reckon that'd be sooner.
Well, they're already doing.
Yeah,
it.
they're already doing it. So
Yeah.
It's by 20,
I mean, perfection by 2046 is, I think, that's a good
might be.
It's realistic.
target.
All right.
Yeah.
And now we're going a little farther into the future here, getting a little more crazy. U.S. attacking Muslim-dominated Europe by 2066.
That's crazy.
The U.S. will attack Muslim-dominated Europe using climate change weapons and will try to retake Rome and bring back Christianity by 2066.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
man, that sounds so backwards. Could you imagine right now in like 50 years there's like another giant religious war? Like that to me that seems so backwards.
Just seems
How?
completely the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna keep going with her.
I just don't see like Muslim, because I mean if you're like segregating people, not segregating, but like if you're gonna determine them as Muslim, do you mean Muslim as in Islam, or do you mean like geographically they are from Middle Eastern countries?
Well,
because I can't see the religion of Islam taking over Europe and just supplanting all other religions.
hey, close your eyes,
Muslim.
project your consciousness, talk to Baba Vanga, and you get back to me, 'cause I have no idea.
Monty.
It's like a lot of those things, though. You get statements from people, and it's how you read into them, and you can interpret a lot of things to line up with events. But a lot of shit she said does make sense and has happened. So
Yeah, on this list, it's not on here, but she also predicted the terrorist attacks of 2001, saying that giant steel birds, blah blah blah, will fly into man-made towers, causing extreme chaos, blah blah blah. So she predicted that as well, but that's not on this list because that's already happened. But we're gonna keep going here. The return of communism. By 2076, communism will return to Europe and the rest of the world, she's predicting.
Nice.
I honestly don't exactly know what communism is.
We all get paid the same. We all get paid the same.
Yeah, in theory, everyone gets paid a base of their job. Like not everyone necessarily gets paid the same, but a job is paid a certain amount, no matter if you're good at the job or bad. Like that's your job, you get paid that. If you're a gas station, you get paid $10 an hour. If you're a doctor, you get paid $50, and there's no variation. It's like that's what it is, period. But who knows?
Okay, how many more?
We got two more.
Two more. Okay.
And they're gonna get a little more ridiculous as we go.
Oh shit! It's about to start raining real hard in a second.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Underwater civilizations. By 2130, civilizations will learn how to live underwater with the help of aliens.
Oh, nice.
Aliens. Gotta love them.
What is that, 2030?
2130. So we're
2100.
So this is after the Muslim. This is after the
Oh yeah.
the Second Crusade,
Second Crusade,
the future Crusade, and the
Inquisition.
Is that the rain? Is that the rain, Dan?
Yeah, that's the rain. Can you guys hear that?
It's-
Yeah,
about
I
when
can
you
hear
guys
the
hear
rain a little bit. It's fucking monsoon over
yeah.
there.
Shit's coming down.
it.
Okay, and we got one last one. The death of Earth. By 3797, everything on Earth will cease to exist. However, humans will be advanced enough to move to a new solar star system, or new planet of some kind.
Well, good for us. That's good.
I hope
Good
I
news.
think we moved.
Like we're not far away from being solar system faring. So like I'm hoping in 1,000 years, like we got that under control.
Okay, here's I have a question here.
Sure.
So she's blind, right?
Blind.
Does it say
She's blind as shit.
like? Okay, so you can't see, so you can't pass the time by just looking at things, right? So you're naturally just going to talk about everything. So my thing is like, was she actually a clairvoyant, or did she just never stop talking and making guesses?
And then things.
And then people are like, you're pretty close on like these 6, but for the last 42 years, when you haven't shut up, you haven't been right about anything else. Like, I want to know, how many predictions has she made?
Her eyes look like they've been sewn together.
Her eyes, she's fucking blind as shit. Like, that's real.
Actually, sewn together.
She predicted the rise of ISIS, they say, the fall of Twin Towers, the 2004 tsunami, among other stuff that we've already talked about.
Did you say tsunami-o?
2004 tsunami.
Oh, okay.
Tsunami-o!
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's a big one.
People have been talking about her, so I thought I'd look her up. And, I mean, she has made some predictions that are real in some way. But... man, like, predictions are fucking hard. Because I'm going to say, if the universe is like a multiverse and there's like different timelines, the shit she's seen might not be from our timeline, might be from someone else. And she's like...
from another, yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking making predictions because she can see like a different timeline, a different dimension or whatever. And it's just not true for what we're living. It might be true for a different line, but right now, like, what we're experiencing may not be the right one.
And if there is a multiverse, if that is the true thing, it could just be the smallest details different now with ours, right? It could be the exact same. Everything happens the way she is, but in the one she sees, maybe like a car's blue. You know what I mean? Like, that's a infinite possibilities. So it's kind of
it wasn't a plane that flew into the tower. It was a metal bird.
Metal bird, she said. Boom.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Transformers.
Yeah.
The wrong timeline, lady.
Beasties.
So we're basically saying
Beast
she
Wars.
is the Kwisatz Haderach.
Yeah.
Dune reference.
Oh.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
What else we got? We got how long? This one's been. I feel like we've been doing this for a while now, boys.
Oh, we're over, but fuck it.
I feel like we've been here for an eternity.
Power hours.
Oh yeah. Anyone got anything else they want to do this one?
Well, I have more, but I don't think I want to say it today because I don't really know enough about it. But
yeah, let's because I got a couple more stuff, but let's save our whatever else we have. Let's save so if we're stuck, we can do another one.
We're always stuck, buddy. It's an ongoing struggle.
Yeah.
No, we're not. But yeah, we got a lot of topics coming, and I think we're gonna plan a couple out here. We're going to go after hours, and then we're going to plan a couple out, and we're going to see what the next month will bring us.
I still want to do... I thought of a really good idea. How many of you guys have been to Fort St. John?
I'm not coming to Fort St. John.
No, I don't want you to. But I'm going there, so I thought we could do that. Remember we were talking about doing that, like, sitting around doing that, like, whatever, the projection where you project your mind?
Oh, remote viewing?
Remote viewing, yeah. So I thought we could try to do remote viewing in Fort St. John, and then when I go up there, I'll confirm or deny if we remote viewed anything.
Okay, well, yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure something out. Because
Okay.
I have a couple ideas for a remote viewing case file, so we'll talk about it.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, should we wrap this one up?
Let's wrap it up. If you want a shirt,
Wrap it up.
in Canada, email transfer meteormusicstudio@gmail.com, or if you're
With your size
with your size and your address,
and
please.
address.
or at least email us after you do it and tell us your address. Or PayPal is easier. Just put meteormusicstudio@gmail.com. There's a note section which you can put your size, blah blah blah, and it automatically gives us your shipping address, so we can just ship it that way. It's going to be $20 in Canada or 23 Canadian if you're in the States. If you're anywhere else in the world, email us at alientheorists@gmail.com and let us know if you want a shirt, because
We'll figure it out.
It's more expensive that way, but we'll make it fair for you and try and get it to you.
Or design a kick-ass new shirt for us.
Yes.
And you will get that. Or if you're a close second, you will get the current one.
Yes, exactly. Send us all of your ideas, all your designs.
Entries closed November 3rd.
November 3rd is the cutoff. Sweet. Well, fuck Mr. Conspiracy. That's all I got to say.
Let us know your thoughts on this conspiracy.
Guy's a Mongol.
Yeah, tell us what you-
The guy's a Mongoloid. I hate him.
Tell us what you really think.
He's got shitty hair. He's got shit hair. He picks boogers and eats them.
Yeah. he's got little beady little eyes. He's got hair like a straw broom.
He's probably an alien.
And he's got nostrils that are the size of like
You can't put
I don't know.
You can't put anything in his nostrils because they're barely
Not even
they're
fingers.
barely a pin size. It's weird.
they match his beady little eyes.
Yeah, fuck.
weirdo.
Send us your best beak of Mr. Conspiracy because I want to hear
Yeah.
them all. Guys,
Hashtag roast Mr. Conspiracy.
guys sucks.
Mark, here's your chance, mate. You want to have a bit of banter with the lads?
Yeah,
Have a crack.
Yeah, have a crack at
Have
Mr.
at him.
Conspiracy. Go.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. Fucking guy.
Okay, well, at this point I'm going to say keep those eyes on those skies.
Yep.
Shut her down.